The Burrows Memorial Christian Hospital is a 70-bedded surgical centre covering 30 acres of land in the northeast Indian state of Assam. It was started in 1935 by an American missionary, Dr. Crozier. Over the years, it grew to its current size with the support of many other missionaries like Dr. Kanoya and Reverend Dr. Paul Versilis. Things were never easy for this mission hospital. At the start of the year 2010, it went through yet another difficult period when the whole hospital was left with only one doctor. Holding the fort alone for 2 months was Dr. Raja Paul Raj.
It was month of December last year when all the doctors in this hospital, they left, and people told me not to take over this place. They said just close down because it's not going to work out. But by faith I took over as the medical superintendent of this hospital, and after that I started struggling because it's a 70-bedded hospital. I was alone, only doctor, psychiatrist, unable to manage surgical cases. One day they called me to do an emergency cesarean section because the fetus was in distress. But I was more distressed than the fetus because I didn't know how to do a cesarean section. I just came down to the operation theatre. I wore the gown. I lifted my hand. I said, Lord, this is not me going to do this surgery. It is you. Please hold my hand. I just did the cesarean section. I saw the baby and mother doing well. That was the time I believed in God and His promise of Nehemiah rebuilding the walls. And after that, we actually called all the staffs of our hospital and we gathered here in this place and we did prayer walk around this hospital. Things changed after that. I could see it's a great blessing came on this place.
And as the staff continued to pray and seek God's word and direction, they saw God at work. Within 6 months, the hospital welcomed a new administrative team, many new doctors, and even a specialist surgeon. They started a physiotherapy department, lifestyle department, and psychiatry department. The outpatient department was renovated to better cater to the patients, and a brand new 4-story Nehemiah nursing hostel was built to house the nursing students in a much more conducive environment. Within a week of the arrival of a new dentist in July, BMCH also reopened the dental clinic that had been closed for several years.
It's just amazing that we could reopen the clinic in just 1 week's time, and it's only because of God's grace that we could do it so fast. Some of the dignitaries present during the inaugural function was the local community leaders and members of the BMCH Revival Committee. The amount of local support that we get for rebuilding this hospital is amazing, and it's a testimony of the impact that BMCH has on the local community.
Although there has been much progress in recent months, there are still many areas for development and improvement. The old hospital building is in constant need of maintenance, repairs, and upgrading. Even the road leading up to the hospital is in urgent need of repairs.
Yeah, actually you all also must be seeing the road condition is too bad, and what we are doing is we are just forming a teamwork among all the staff, students, doctors, nurses, everyone, whoever are in the hospital. We're trying to patch up the road because the road is too bad and the patients coming from outside, they are really facing a problem. Actually we have been asking for help to the government, but it's been long that they are not taking up any action, so we have just decided why not we form a teamwork and make this road a better one so that patients won't have problems when they come to the hospital. That's all.
The repair work is still incomplete, but that has not stopped the hospital staff from travelling out to bring compassionate Christian care to the neighbouring communities.
Okay, today we are here in Jirubam places. It is Manipur state, but it's nearby our state, that is Assam, and here we came here to conduct medical because they are badly in need of the health care by the peoples like doctors and other nurses. And moreover, last we went to Mother Teresa home in Silchar. It was very interesting, and it was very encouragement word for us and as well for the other peoples, because the way their sister works and how they dedicate their life for the peoples, like children who don't have any parents to take care of them, and people who was like on the street. and it was very interesting for us, and it was very encouragement for us as well as for the other people.
Other than conducting medical diagnostic camps in the more rural areas and supporting other charitable organizations, the hospital also supports the nearby church at Alipur. Recently, it helped them organize a children's vacation Bible camp. The hospital also conducts community health programs by teaching local villagers about the dangers of diseases like HIV, malaria, and tuberculosis. The impact the hospital has on the community is indeed felt far and wide, and one man who was greatly helped by them was Mr. Badrul Islam.
He was changed for some months because of our Cachar medical college treatment. So it proved to be futile for 4 months treatment. Then we are doing some other that is herbal treatment. Then I met Dr. Raja, that is a psychiatrist. So he has sent team of nurse and hospital people. It is ambulance. So he has given some 6 days injections, morning 3 and evening 3. So after 6 days, his hostile attitude minimized. Then we brought him here as per the advice of Dr. Raja, and he was continuing treatment, and he was responding to treatment and cooperating with us. So total 47 days at a stage he was in the hospital. I was in the there, and good treatment of nurses. Their nursing care is really commendable, and doctor's treatment, just like a part of family members, they all treated well. And after discharge from hospital, except Sunday, next another about 2 months, I used to bring him. He used to take this doing scramble, playing volleyball. Now he is about 80% cured. If knew somebody sees him, he cannot detect him that he is a patient or not.
আমার এইরকম লাগছে যে আমি পুরোপুরি ভালো সুস্থ।
He thinks that he is 100% cured.
The hospital has come a long way, not just in the past few months, but in the past 75 years. As the hospital approaches the celebration of its Platinum Jubilee at the end of the year 2010, it is still very clear that there is still much work to be done.
BMCH has a lot of needs. We have financial needs to repair the road and build new doctors' quarters and repair the pipelines. But more than all these financial needs, we need people who can partner with us, who can pray for the ministry here, who can come here for short-term or long-term missions, not necessarily doctors or nurses, but physiotherapists, occupational therapists, musicians, housewives, homemakers, anyone, volunteers, anyone can be part of this ministry. They are all welcome to BMCH to be part of the rebuilding process.
Burrows Memorial Christian Hospital has experienced God's faithfulness these 75 years. We anticipate with excitement what the Lord has in store for His hospital in the next 75 years and beyond. One thing we do know is that the hospital will continue to provide compassionate Christian care for as long as it exists.